Greetings, I'm UAnime5 and I'll be analysing the various Starcraft 2, Heart of the Swarm missions and the overall plot. Heart of the Swarm starts with Kerrigan planning to invade Korhole, kill Mensk, and everyone else on Korhole. Then we learn it was all just a dream. Next we see Raynor visiting Kerrigan, who needs a lot of help to put on her suit. Kerrigan then wants revenge on Mensk, even though in Brood Wars she wanted him to live in the ashes of his dominion.
We had a deal.
Oh, come on, Arcturus. Did you really think I'd allow you to come into power again? You practically fed me to the Zerg on Tarsinus. You're directly responsible for the hell I've been through. Did you honestly think I'd let you get away with that?
But you said revenge was secondary to defeating the UED.
I lied. I liberated this planet because it was the UED's primary staging point, not because I was under any obligation to you. I used you to destroy the Psi Disruptor. And now that I've got my broods back, you're no longer necessary for my plans. I think I'll leave you here, Arcturus, among the ashes of your precious dominion. I want you to live to see me rise to power, and I want you to always remember, in your most private moments, that it was you who turned me loose in the first place.
She's also calling him Mensk instead of Arcturus. Raynor seems to want a relationship with Kerrigan despite showing no sympathy towards her in Brood Wars.
The Psi Disruptor is causing me some very serious problems. Although I've regained control of my forces here, it's taking more and more concentration just to keep them in line.
Oh, my heart's breaking for you, Kerrigan. Now exactly why was it that you asked Phoenix and I to bring Mensk to you?
And even saying that he was going to kill her because she killed Phoenix.
Phoenix! No.
What are you worried about, Jim? You died the way all Protoss hoped to. In combat.
He died because you betrayed him. How many more noble souls do you need to consume before you're satisfied? How many more people need to die before you realize what you've become?
You don't even know what you're talking about, Jim.
Don't I? I'll see you dead for this, Kerrigan. For Phoenix, and all the others who got caught between you and your mad quest for power.
Tough talk, Jimmy. But I don't think you have what it takes to be a killer.
It may not be tomorrow, darling. It may not even happen with an army in my back. But rest assured, I'm the man who's gonna kill you someday. I'll be seeing you.
Also, Raynor doesn't want Mensk dead, even though he spent the entirety of Wings of Liberty trying to overthrow Mensk.
This criminal will be brought to justice very soon.
It ain't over till it's over, you son of a bitch. Adjutant, are my troops ready yet?
Your forces are prepared and awaiting your orders, Commander. Uploading tactical data now.
Good. About time we kick this revolution into overdrive.
Umoja Mission 1 Lab Rat. The mission starts with Valarian ordering Kerrigan to build basic Zerg structures. Kerrigan then decides to create some Zerglings and attack the people trying to help her. Then the door preventing the Zerg from escaping this room suddenly opens for no reason, and at no point does Valarian try to close it. Valarian also has cages that will open if nearby robots are destroyed, and doors that will open if the turrets that spray poison gas are destroyed, even though there's no reason for these things to work this way. Finally, during Kerrigan's Zerg rampage, Valarian doesn't ever try to incapacitate Kerrigan, even though he's holding her in a nearby cell, and this would be the fastest way to stop her Zerg rampage. After destroying most of the lab, Valarian decides that Kerrigan is safe enough to release, even though she's just shown she's a danger to everyone around her. While it's possible that Valarian is meant to be an idiot who makes poor decisions, this doesn't explain why no one else tells him that this is a bad idea. During the cutscene, the Dominion attacks this base, and Kerrigan once again states that she's going to kill Mensk, despite wanting to leave him alive during Brood Wars. Also, she's blaming Mensk for the killing, even though she started this conflict by killing billions of people and destroying several planets during Wings of Liberty for no reason. The romantic relationship between Kerrigan and Raynor is horribly contrived. In Brood Wars, Raynor clearly didn't have any feelings for Kerrigan. In Wings of Liberty, while Raynor was retconned to be in love with Kerrigan,
Matters to Jim. They were close once.
Wait a minute. You're telling me they were shacked up?
Apparently she was something else. Before the Zerg took her. Turned her into that.
there was little evidence that Kerrigan felt the same way. As a result, the romance in Heart of the Swarm isn't believable, since all the scenes where they fall in love would have had to have happened off-screen. Umoja Mission 2, Back in the Saddle. In this mission, Raynor and Kerrigan flee the Dominion soldiers attacking their base. For unknown reasons, Kerrigan doesn't want to control the Zerg, despite being able to control them without a problem in the previous mission. For unknown reasons, Raynor wants to evacuate in his shuttle, rather than evacuating with the Umojans, or having the Hyperion send another shuttle down. This makes no sense when Raynor is riding on the tram after his original escape route was blocked, since the tram is out in the open, making it very easy to send another shuttle to him. After reaching Raynor's shuttle, an Archangel descends in front of it, rather than blowing it up. As the bridge between Raynor and Kerrigan is then destroyed, Kerrigan has to fight a boss battle without Raynor. After defeating the Archangel, we get a nonsensical scene where Raynor cannot be evacuated, even though Kerrigan could fly Raynor's shuttle to the other side of the bridge, or back to the tram. Valarian apologises for not listening to Kerrigan, even though she never tried to warn him about anything. Kerrigan then has to leave Raynor because the plot requires her to do this. Valarian then sends a team down to rescue Raynor, but unlike in Wings of Liberty, Raynor's forces are unable to beat Dominion soldiers. Raynor is then confronted by Nova, who treats Raynor the same way regardless of whether you sided with her or Tosh in Wings of Liberty, showing just how pointless those choices were. In the next cutscene, upon learning that Raynor is still on the planet, Kerrigan goes berserk and attacks the people who are trying to help her because she is unable to control her emotions. Strangely, she doesn't attack Horner, even though he's the one who's ordering everyone to retreat. Despite Horner planning to lead the Dominion forces away, then come back and rescue Raynor, Kerrigan instead decides to go rescue him herself. The cutscene ends with Kerrigan flying towards Umoja, even though there's dozens of nearby Dominion ships that should blow her shuttle to pieces. Umoja 3, Rendezvous. In this mission, Kerrigan once again takes control of the Zerg, even though she didn't want to in the previous mission. On this planet, Kerrigan meets Nactal, a brood mother who is conveniently on this planet for no reason. After this brood mother agrees to send her brood to help Kerrigan, Kerrigan decides to defend an old hive and wait for the brood to arrive, rather than fly her shuttle to this brood, which will be far better able to protect her from the Dominion. Before someone points out that the Draken pulse cannon would destroy her shuttle, I'd like to point out that Kerrigan said this cannon will only attack ships in orbit, so as long as she flies low enough she'll be fine. After Nactal's brood arrives, Kerrigan defeats the Dominion forces, destroys the cannon, then has all the Dominion soldiers massacred. Then Kerrigan leaves Umoja and all the Zerg, who will never be mentioned again. It's also unclear if the Zerg attacked the Umojans after they were done attacking the Dominion soldiers, since they probably won't be able to distinguish between these two groups of Terrans. In the fourth and final cutscene, Kerrigan is trying to contact Raynor and says she's at the Rendezvous, even though they were supposed to meet on the Hyperion, and she clearly isn't there. A Zergling then approaches Kerrigan, which will go on to contribute nothing to the story. Then a convenient news report comes on screen and says that Raynor died off screen. Kerrigan once again demonstrates her emotional instability due to her retcon lover's off-screen death. Kerrigan then decides to kill Mengs due to Raynor's death, something that has no emotional impact because she was already planning to kill him. It's also unclear why Kerrigan decides to use the Zerg to defeat Mengs, rather than rejoin with Raynor's raiders whose sole purpose is to overthrow Mengs. Conclusion. Kerrigan has been shown to be an emotionally unstable psychopath who dreams of mass murder and destruction, and was driven by revenge. Since the player was given no reason to sympathise with Kerrigan or even like her, she's not a good protagonist. Also, she was most likely depowered in Wings of Liberty, so she wouldn't be too powerful at the start of this game. The Kerrigan-Raynor romance was completely pointless, It was meant to give Kerrigan a motive to kill Manx, but as she was already planning to kill him, it added nothing to her motivations. Valarian made some very poor decisions, such as releasing Kerrigan after she attacked the lab with Zerg. I'm unsure if they're trying to depict him as being naive or if he's poorly written. Also, we're never given any reason as to why Valarian is helping Raynor and Kerrigan, especially since his initial goal was to prove he was worthy of succeeding his father, not overthrowing his father. Arcturus Manx was made into the villain, even though in Wings of Liberty Kerrigan killed billions of people living in the Dominion for no reason, and Manx wanting to kill her to end the Zerg assault against the Dominion is completely reasonable. All the times Manx, Raynor and Kerrigan worked together in Brood Wars seem to have been retconned in order to have Raynor and Kerrigan oppose Manx, when Raynor and Manx should both be opposing Kerrigan. In conclusion, while the Umoja missions do set up the story for the rest of the game, they do this by retconning earlier games, using contrived events, and having things just happen because the plot needs them to happen. As a result, this isn't a good opening to Heart of the Swarm.